and ran down the hill. A very few steps brought her to the edge of the hill, and before she could think, she was flying across it. In a moment, she had come to rest on a lawn as soft as moss, with little flower beds dotted around about on it. The 8th square at last. How lovely. Oh, how glad I am to get there here. And what is this on my head? It feels as though it is a crown, my very own crown. I've reached the 8th square. I have become a queen.
Narrator.
At last she was a queen, the most important piece in the whole game of chess. She looked around proudly, and there was amazed to discover the red queen and the white queen sitting close to her, one on either side. She wanted to ask if the game was over, but thought it might not be polite, so instead she said, "Please, would you tell me?" "Speak when you're spoken to." "But if everybody obeyed that rule, and if you spoke only when you were spoken to, and if everybody else wanted till that they were spoken to, nobody would ever say anything." "Ridiculous. Why don't you see, child?" "I'm not a child anymore. I'm a queen." Nonsense. You weren't a queen until you passed the examination." "I'm sure I didn't mean." That's just what I complain of. You should have meant. What is the use of a child without meaning? Even a joke has meaning, and a child is of more importance than a joke. You couldn't deny that, even if you tried with both hands. I don't deny that my things with my hands. Nobody said you did. I said you couldn't if you tried. But let us get on with the examination. White Queen asked the first question.
Can you do addition, Alice?
Oh yes, I was very good at addition in school.
Then can you tell me what 1 and 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 1 add up to?
I don't know. I lost count. She can't do addition. How about subtraction? Take 9 from 8. I can't take 9 from 8 because...
Can't do subtraction either. Can you do division? Divide a loaf by a knife. What's the answer to that?
I suppose bread and butter, of course. You can't do sums at all. Can either of you do sums?
No, I can't, though the Red Queen is very good at them.
Let us try useful questions. How is bread made? I know that. You take some flour.
Where do you pick the flour? In a garden or a hedge?
It isn't picked at all. It's ground.
How many acres of ground? Don't leave out so many things.
That's enough of useful things. Let us try languages. What is French for fiddle-dee-dee? But fiddle-dee-dee is not English. Whoever said it was? If you tell me what language it is, I'll tell you the French for it. Queens never make bargains. I wish queens never asked questions.
Oh dear, I am sleepy.
Yes, I am too. We shall have to postpone the examinations. Until when? Until a year from next Tuesday.
Thursday.
But that isn't fair. I've succeeded in getting as far as the 8th square. I don't want to have to wait until next year to become queen.
But you don't have to wait until next year. My backward memory tells me that you didn't pass the examination until the 3rd time around, 3 years from half past last Sunday. Monday.
But it isn't fair. I've worked so hard to become queen. Getting all the way from the 2nd square to the 8th, I nearly lost my temper trying to fix the White Queen's shawl. I have to listen to Humpty Dumpty's nonsense and admire the White Knight's northless invention. I've answered your horrid questions and been
bullied about by you, but no matter what I do, it doesn't seem to please you. And now you say I must wait 3 years before I become queen?
Tut tut, my dear. Queens never lose their tempers.
I can't stand this any longer. And as far as you, Red Queen, you're the cause of it all.
Alice, what are you doing?
I'm shaking you. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to shake you and shake you and shake you. I only wish I could shake some sense into you. I'm going to shake you until you turn into an animal. I'm going to shake you until you turn into a cat.
No, no, no.
Yes, yes, yes. I'm going to shake you and shake you and shake you. Going to turn you into a kitten. Shake you and turn you and shake you and turn you until a kitten. Into a kitten. Into a kitten. I'm going to shake you into a kitten. Why, Dinah, it's you. I did shake her into a kitten. I did it. I did. And it's you. I'm home again. Yes, home in my own house. By the fire. Oh, Kitty, I've had the most marvelous dream. I dreamed I went into Looking Glass House, and the Red Queen was there, and the White Queen, too. I saw Humpty Dumpty and the White Knight. And oh, Kitty, how strange it all was. And how real it all was to me then. But now I can see that I didn't really step through the looking glass after all. It was a dream. It was all a wonderful, wonderful dream, Kitty. A dream.
All the characters.
Alice. Where are those voices coming from? It was a dream. I know it was a dream. Alice. Or was it?
How many people have seen the story of Alice in Wonderland or Through the Looking Glass?
I read it.
Or read it? Have you read it? How many people have read it? How many people have seen movie or even cartoon figures? All right, remember in May, what we're going to do is go to the Bushnell, and we're going to get to see Alice in Wonderland, the ballet, performed. So you're going to have some background already if you've read the book, if you've seen it already. Yes?
I had the movie taped at home.
Yeah, me too. I
Of
remember when the series
Alice in Wonderland?
the series that came on TV on Channel 8.
In the book,
Is
Alice
it-
Through the Looking Glass, they have more confusing characters.
Is it one movie or was it in different sessions?
One movie.
Mine
Well,
was
it had one other session, but I had it all together.
Would you check and see about how long it is? If you run the whole thing, maybe we'll watch it.
Okay.
All right. How many people would like to watch the whole movie of
I
it
saw
since
it.
we've read it?
What? Of
What? Alice in Wonderland. Alice in Wonderland. Then you'd really have some good idea for the ballet when we go in May too. Sarah.
I think in a certain, a set of books, it was, I'm not sure, first it was just Alice in Wonderland, and then it was Alice in Through the Looking Glass, and then there was another, like, skinny book to a conclusion,
Yeah,
and there was a conclusion to both of the books.
I think I have it actually. There's one book by Carol Lewis
That's right.
that has Alice in the name. I think I have that. I'll bring it in.
Alice
Bring it in
Wonderland,
if you have it, sure.
Alice Through the Looking Glass, and then
Right.
there's a conclusion.
I don't know what
And a
the book
different
is for the
book.
conclusion.
There
know
is
that
another
one.
book. I know that Carol Lewis wrote a lot of books.
Right. Maybe we can even check when we go downstairs to the library today.
Because I know that I
And see if. All right, and you can bring it in, but we can see if it's downstairs in our library too. The book, so we can look in the card catalog for it.
something like Allison something.
How Judith.
I don't know.
And it's skinnier. It's skinnier. Like the other books are like really thick.
It's a
skinny
continuation of the story.
book. I don't know. I haven't
You haven't read
in a
it yet.
while.
Okay. All right, we'll bring it in. We'll check it out tonight and you can bring it in. How did everything change on the other side of the looking glass? How has everything changed? How has everything changed? Ryan?
Everything was nonsense.
Well, it was nonsense, but what else was it? Remember the poem and how we said you'd have to read it? What did we say? Jen? All right, everything was reversed on the other side of the looking glass. What did Alice have to do to become queen? What was her objective? What did she have to do? Trine?
Go to the other side of the board.
All right, to what square? Do you remember what square it was? To the 8th square. Which character did you find most unusual? Everybody's not going to have the same answer. Pauline?
Humpty Dumpty.
Okay, why did you find Humpty Dumpty unusual?
Because
I mean, they're really all unusual since they can all talk and do things, but
he like
you don't know. Okay, David, which one did you find unusual?
the queen.
The queens, Red Queen and the White Queen? Why?
Because, well, the Red Queen, she was like stubborn and wanted everything her way, and the White Queen was just
Queen.
yeah.
All right, nonsense about the part with the addition and the subtraction and how do you make bread and, you know, when you start with flour and where do you pick the flour
And how do you
and,
divide bread and butter?
right. Which character, Ryan?
The knight.
Okay, why the knight?
Because he had so many foolish inventions,
Like what?
like the
Did he have on the horse?
these like bracelets around his foot with,
What was that supposed to be for?
in case a shark bit.
Sure, in case the sharks bite. What other invention did he have? Or what other thing did he have on the horse?
He had a box for sandwiches, and it was upside down so that they were in.
Mm-hmm.
But
But what would that
lid.
do? There was no lid on it, right?
I think Humpty Dumpty was unusual because, like, she would ask him a question and he'll just, like, answer it back in a funny way of saying something, like,
Yeah.
in a serious way, but he's saying that, like, in a funny way.
Okay.
He doesn't even realize that.
That's right. This is the way they were. This was their character. So they didn't think that they were being funny at the
They
time.
thought that she was the weird one.
That's right. Flynn?
I liked the White Queen because, like in the beginning where of the White Queen, where she was thinking backwards and things like that, and then she was like, "Ow, ow! I pinned myself."
Right? When she was screaming before she even got stabbed with the
And then
brooch,
she
right?
got- and then she got pinned. And she's like,
Right.
What would be the use of screaming?
Yeah, right, because she already screamed before she got stabbed. Sarah?
I like them all because the way they're so serious about what they say, it's really quite
Again, that was
foolish,
their
but
character,
they're
that
so serious the
They
way
thought
say
they were being perfectly serious. I mean, we were laughing as we were reading it because we thought they were ridiculous things that were going on. How about the part about the unbirthday present?
Actually, that
Okay.
makes sense.
Sure, would you rather have an unbirthday present or a birthday present?
Birthday.
Why?
Because you get more on birthday presents.
Sure you would. How many days are you going to get unbirthday presents?
364.
364 or
Depends on how many
365?
you getting on the birthday.
Well,
On the birthday.
yeah, but for every unbirthday day,
Actually, I think they give it, I think they were saying in the book, the chance of getting an unbirthday. So I don't think they give unbirthday presents every day.
no, not every day, no. Otherwise you'd have 364 days you'd be getting
Did
presents
they use the
instead of
unbirthday
one.
presents with the Mad Hatter?
Yeah, they
Yes.
did when she said,
very, very
it's my birthday. He said, wow.
Oh, I'm surprised the Mad Hatter wasn't in this.
All right, but again, what is this?
This is
What
the
is this?
chess game.
All right, this is a chess game, but what did I say? This is not the whole story, remember?
Oh no,
These
there's
are only
much weirder.
excerpts of different stories. Just like with the Little Riders, with Look Through the Looking Glass, the other stories that we've read. There are stories in here, and all they've done is pull a very small part of the whole book. I think this may be the book that has Cricket in Times Square, too. We're going to start reading that whole book this week. The whole book is here. It's only a few pages in your reading book. All right? It gives a very basic what happened in your reading book. But that's what this series does. It gives you an excerpt from a book. This is the book we're going to be reading, though. We're reading the whole story of it. Which page? Yeah, page 22, Cricket in Times Square.
Hey, this ain't Connecticut.
And all it is 31.
My dad eats seeds.
What?
This tastes like Connecticut.
Yes, it does.
10 pages.
Yep, Connecticut, New York.
The movie, it has like Alice trying to get to the 8th square,
Right.
and it has her being a queen, and then at the end.
Okay, don't tell us the ending in case people haven't read it or seen it.
Did we read this already?
Yes,
Oh,
we read Cricket in Times Square, didn't we?
yeah.
In here?
Because
Yeah, it was the
they-
very first
they-
chapter.
Wasn't they dancing and they knocked over that?
That's
thing?
right. That's right. That's right. The only thing we're going to do is go into it in a little bit more detail. Okay, Sarah, last one.
Doesn't Mark's book also have Ramona in it?
Yes, it does.
Ramona's
Did we do that? We did that one already. Fifth Quimby. Yes. When she got the syphilitis, right? Right. Okay, you can take the rest of the time now and work on spelling definitions, photo essay. You have books to read if you're done with both of those, but I don't think anyone is done with both of their assignments. Make sure, just as a reminder, your introductory paragraph is complete sentences. I don't want phrases for that. All right, just put them over there. Yep.